Special Friends to me is just building a relationship with a child, and it's just giving the family the ability to just go and worship on a Sunday morning, and that little bit of time, that little bit of time that I can give, just absolutely gives somebody the ability to attend worship and just to be able to be part of the Stillwater Church family.
Special Friends, we get paired up with a kid or two, and depending on their needs or wants, we do something different each week. So for instance, we have the playroom, which some kids prefer, or the sensory room, which has been a big hit. We sit there and kind of just tend to what they want to do, but also help as well, like with their independence, and if they want to do puzzles, make sure that they're getting that done before we move on to the next thing, and just building that relationship and building trust, and that's what we do.
Well, I got involved in the Special Friends ministry my freshman year of high school when it very first began. I don't even think we really had a name yet. And I got involved because it's always been a passion of mine through growing up. I've just noticed that it's something that God has put on my heart for me to work with people with special needs. And when Sue came up to me and asked me if it's something I was interested in, I was immediately blown away by how God worked in it. And from then on, I've been a buddy through the special needs ministry.
Well, I believe that every day God gives me joys, and in return, my responsibility is to give praise and to serve. And a teeny way I can do that is by being a buddy to my special friend, and that gives me additional joy, and it's quite a blessing to me personally.
As we started the Special Friends ministry, there were so many people that we had no idea had this kind of compassion for people with special needs, coming forward and saying, I would love to be a part of this. I would love to join you in this. And no matter what their commitment level, people were there for this. And it was so cool because the whole church was able to come together as one for this one united thing. It was so cool to see.
You know, I used to be one of those years ago that would just kind of, all right, just, okay, they're there, acknowledge, and just move on. Now, if I even hear somebody say something negative towards them, I'm in their face. You don't, because they are special people, and they want to be just like everybody else.
We're an advocate for them now.
Well, I've learned to love people differently than I normally do, and in that process, I guess, I've grown, and I feel like my spirit has grown in a more loving way.
I've learned that there are things that I can do that I would not have believed that I was capable of. I think that there is a care that I have, there's a spot in my heart that I didn't know that I had for the Special Friends, and there's just something that just touches me to know what each one of these parents must go through week after week and day after day, and that just that little bit of time that I give can make such an impact for them.
God is good. He has taken me from a place to where I knew He was there to where He's never gone. He's always there. And through the special needs ministry, He showed me that it's my calling in life to work with people with special needs. He showed me that this is where I belong, and that this is what I need to be doing for Him.
I think we've learned more compassion,
Yes.
and understanding, and just the sheer joy of being with them.
Feeling that I get when you just see the smile on Joshua's face, when you see the smile on his mom's face, I can't explain the feeling. It's just a feeling of that I'm in the right place.
Finley is awesome. She was very shy when she first started, and to see how she's grown in just the year and a half that we've had her has been amazing. She stands and sings and interacts with the other kids, and the other kids actually interact with her. She loves to pick on Dino. That is her buddy. And she's just an amazing kid. Her smile would light up an entire room.
Yeah, Josh actually, he's gotten to know me so well now that he asks for me by name. If I walk into church, whether it be, I remember walking in at Special Needs Prom, and he saw me from a good probably 50, 60 feet away, and absolutely ran to me. So it was a moment that almost brought a tear to my eye, because I think it was the first time I realized that I had such an impact on him.
My wife said that, in the beginning we had to be with her, right next to her. Now we stand back and it's like watching our own kid grow, because she goes up and does things with everybody else and she's having a good time. And that just makes us happy that we can be a little bit of an influence on her too with it.
I have gotten the opportunity to hear some testimonies from the families, and so I know for a fact that God is working in their lives along with the buddies. He has shown them that there is a place for them.
The impact on the families is enormous, because Finley's mom is so grateful it brought them back to church. They weren't welcome anywhere. Some of these children are loud, and people just don't like that. So here, she was able to, not only herself, but her whole family has come back to church. And it's all because of Finley being in the special needs program. So it's brought more people back to God, and I think that's the biggest blessing of all of this.
I've met Josh's mom, I've met Josh's father, and they've both told me that they wouldn't be able to attend worship here without this ministry and without somebody to step up and to be able to watch their child just for that 1 hour.
I think there's a huge impact when it comes to Special Friends. I mean, not only with the families, because the families get their time to go to service and to be with God through that, and just to be comfortable in a church community, but also with the kids. They are just down the hall, trusted with us, and they get to have a fun time and be around people who are involved with the church and involved with God too. And then there's also like the buddies who get to have the experience of working with these kids with disabilities, and the buddies that also love being around them.
Yes, it impacts the whole community, because the whole community, church and everything gets involved in one way or another. It's amazing.
I think that one of the steps in like breaking down barriers in that regard is to have that familiarity. And so just seeing like other kids that are a little bit different still play with kids who are normal, like it helps that like the kids don't, like little kids I don't think grow up and think like that kid's different, I should stay away from them. That's like brought into them, and so when they're young they still get to play with them and they don't see those differences, and I think that's sort of cool.
The church is all about inclusion and family and fellowship with each other, and that we just all need to be there for each other too.
Teach their kids how to be inclusive, and explain to their children, like, these children are here for the Special Friends program and this is why, and then that will help them better understand.
There's more and more special needs children that are coming. Families are coming to our church just because of the special needs program.
Anybody would be a good volunteer.
Anyone can do this, and I think that's the really cool part, is that so many people are like, well, I don't know if I could work with people like this. I don't know if I could do that. But here's the thing is, we don't judge. That's the thing. The kids don't judge, we don't judge. Anyone's able to do it, but the people who are going to do it are the people who put their minds to it and have that patience and the compassion for people with special needs. And that really is anyone.
Anybody on any walk of life or any training or any, anything that they do would qualify them to just come in and love on a child, and to watch a child on Sunday morning for just a little bit of time, to give somebody the ability to worship for that 1 hour every single week.
I love the men that help. We always need men.
I just went home and prayed about it, and it's a decision that I just do not regret.
I hope more families can come out to this community and just realize how like blessed it is to be able to be a part of it and to help it grow more.
I think this is a tremendous program. I think it is a blessing for a lot of families. It was a blessing for me to find it.
It's an amazing ministry. It really is.
And we just hope it continues because we're going to be a part of it as long as we can.
I feel that God's got his hand in this ministry and he's got great plans. I just am waiting to see how it expands.
Give it a shot. If not, if you're kind of on the edge for it, give it a shot. I mean, God could call you to this and you may not even know. He equips the people that he calls.